All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the CFN Ugly Stewie and Shadow podcast. Tonight's topics, Nintendo, Stan Lee, music in general, YouTube issues, and much more. With your hosts, Z the Donger.
Hello, boys. Hello.
Great name. Great name, Z.
CFN TV.
Thank you.
Ugly Stewie.
Sup, nerds?
And the most annoying voice on your TV right now in your phone, Shadow.
Nice intro.
Don't be confused with Shadow the Hedgehog. This is not the same person.
Yes, no.
Don't be confused.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, actually, good afternoon, but good evening.
Well, it's definitely evening for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time zones, my dude.
4 p.m. here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 p.m. you, 6 p.m. me, and it's like 11 over where Stewie is.
And I have 7 p.m. where I'm at.
Yeah, it's like roughly 10 or 11 your time, right, Stewie?
It's midnight here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
The
if you
late
had your
night stream.
Yeah, well, if you had your Switch right now, you could be playing Smash Ultimate.
Nah, I haven't got the money for that just now, unfortunately.
Oof.
Oof. The
Yeah.
lack of funds is
Yep.
real.
You guys
So-
are nice.
Oh, yes, we're always nice. We're finding dandy like Christmas candy.
Lol.
Yep.
Now, boys, gentlemen, first topic at hand is Nintendo. So, with Smash Ultimate just hours away, about last week, Nintendo just completely 100% kicked to the curb 2 YouTube channels. One was Ditsifizer and Crunchy. They were banned immediately from copyright strikes by Nintendo for having leaks of Smash Ultimate's soundtracks and visual content. Now these are like big channels back then, I guess. So, as well as that, because of it, they tracked out where the main leak came from, and it came from a source in Mexico. So I guess someone got the game way earlier than Nintendo officials, like any, announcer. What are they called? Ambassadors, any other big YouTubers that would have gotten this like 2 weeks early for the reviews and stuff. Got it way earlier than them, took the information, put it on his hack switch, brought the information out. These idiots grabbed the leaks because, hey, it's YouTube, and if we get it first, it's going to blow our channels up, and in doing so, they screwed themselves over. But because of this issue, now Nintendo has officially banned Mexico from any sales until a set period of time of any Nintendo products.
Wow.
Yes. This is intense. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions about this?
I mean, to ban a whole what? Like, Mexico is like a whole country, right?
Yes, sir.
Like, to ban like an entire sale of a game is kind of a bit extreme in my case. Especially because the game is very popular. You're gonna get a lot of people who are gonna be extremely upset about that, and there are gonna be a lot of people who are gonna hate on that, especially towards the Nintendo. I mean, I can understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to protect their products, obviously. I don't know what site that he got it from, but it's just to ban a whole country is a particularly extreme thing, and I feel like it's gonna hurt them more than it's gonna really help them in some way. At least that's my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Z, what are your thoughts on this whole topic?
Oh, I really like when I first heard about like banning Mexico from all this. I was really shocked that instead of like give a warning or just those people, I was shocked about the fact that they banned Mexico.
Yeah.
I just kind of think maybe they should have like either 2 things, like either leave with a warning or just ban Nintendo and all that. Maybe not Mexico. Like a bit too far just banning Mexico.
All right. Stewie, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well, I've not exactly read up on the news of Nintendo, but that does quite shock me because at the end of the day, it sounds like Nintendo are kind of screwing themselves over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they've lost a whole country of money by doing
Yeah.
so, in my opinion.
Exactly.
There's probably more to it than what I'm hearing right now, though.
I mean, if there was some particular reason, like this is a little off topic, but I'll give an example. During the time of the Saudi Arabia incident,
Mhm.
there was a time where WWE was going to do their show, you know, the big Royal Rumble thing in Saudi Arabia,
Oh yes.
and the government was trying to push them not to go because of that situation. Obviously, WWE still went about that, but it's kind of that same thing with this in some way, in the fact that you're banning a whole country from purchasing or selling a product, which should be free for everyone, despite of what incident for one person to a flag. I mean, if it affects that one person, that makes sense, but the entire country, it's a really bit extreme, and it's going to really hurt them. That it's really going to benefit them in some way.
Oh
So,
yes, I mean, in one instance, you have like Nintendo just completely blocking off any and all sales from, you know, their games, their consoles, you name it.
yeah,
However, this does not stop them from, you know, Mexicans and anybody in the Mexico area that is not Mexican, English, and for any different race, religion, culture, creed, whatever, from obtaining these via, you know, eBay, Amazon,
yeah,
anything of that nature. There's ways around it.
yeah,
So, I don't know. It's crazy.
yeah. It is. It's, like I said, I'm not really a big Nintendo fan. I've played a few games on it, but I would say that if it's trying to compete with, you know, Sony or Microsoft with Xbox and PlayStation, this is not the best way to do that.
Oh no,
It's not, because
It makes your company look like a bully.
it kind of does. And Sony's been known for being that person who wants to do it on their own, saying that, oh, we're better than you, so we want to be that step away from that. But now we're looking at Nintendo as being that negative side now instead of Sony. So it's pretty it's pretty tough that they're going to put themselves in the situation. So if they want to compete with other all of those companies, so I said this was a pretty bad decision on their part.
Oh yes, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
I just quick.
Mhm.
If you have to play, what is that game?
I could barely hear that. What'd you say, brother man?
Yeah.
If you guys have your favorite Nintendo game, what is it?
A Nintendo game.
Oh, that is easy on my end, and if nobody's seen my top 10 video games, my personal favorite video games of all time, it's always been A Link to the Past for Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
That has always been my number one.
I believe mine was Super Smash Brawl. That was my favorite game. I played it on the Wii. It was really fun. We had different different tournaments at school, at my high school and stuff like that. It was just really enjoyable to play. So, and I did like the fact they're putting it on the Switch. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys. What's topic number 2? Stan Lee, his recent passing not too long
Oh
ago.
yeah.
Yes,
Stan
rest in
Lee.
peace, Steve, Stan Lee. And I will say that I did a dedication stream for him playing the Marvel Spider-Man, and I just wish that I was able to show the cameo he was in. It was in my last episode, but it wasn't in this one. But I would say he has made a significant impact on the Marvel universe and just in superheroes in general, making his comics and just being that type of person, being an inspiration to a lot of people. I honestly enjoy his cameos. I enjoy his content, and we wouldn't even have Marvel without him. So I would say he did live a good life. He did live a good life. It hurts to see him go, but I'm pretty sure he lived a really good life. So
Oh yes, I mean he's made numerous appearances in movies, television shows, including outside of Spider-Man, the other most recent Teen Titan Go to the Movies, which is a surprise because
Yeah.
it's a DC
Yeah,
Comics.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a DC Comics movie, and yet there was a Marvel Stan Lee cameo.
that's great.
Then
Right.
you got like I love DC. I love DC. Like I really do. But and with Stanley's works made a huge impact. They made a huge impact on a lot of people. Like and was this comic book hero because a lot of people have been saying that, right?
Mhm.
There's even animation videos of Spider-Man versing other character like Batman, where
Mhm.
they made Spider-Man win against Batman. Like they have a lot of animation videos of that,
Yeah.
Right.
and I think, and also just want to put this out too. If Stanley was like still like here and all that, I would have just like and just shake his hand too because like he made a huge impact on my life when he did Iron Man because Iron Man is my favorite Marvel character and character who's like cocky, who's rich, who wears a suit and all that. Like that's
Oh.
kind of
Oh, I agree, and they couldn't find a better actor than Robert Downey Jr. just to portray him. It's
yeah. And also-
perfect personification of Iron Man right there, or Tony Stark in general.
Also, even in his cameos, I laugh. Like
Yeah.
in Avengers, there was a scene where Lee was a male delivery guy, and he goes, I'm looking for Tony Stank," and I started laughing away. It was so funny.
Tony Stank. Yep, this is Tony Stank right here.
Tony Stank.
This is Tony Stank. Yep.
But like in all seriousness though, Stanley. There's even a video, an evolution of Stan Lee and how he created all the characters.
Mm-hmm.
Human
Yeah.
Torch was one of the first, actually, which I was really surprised about because I didn't know.
Now, boys, but prior to his passing, do you believe any of the things that were true, like that people have stated in the news prior, like, oh, his manager or whatever it was beating the crap out of him? Do you believe any of that?
That's quite a common story that I hear
Yeah,
on a lot
that
of
was
dead
quite
celebrities.
a big one that traveled long and far, and it was way overdue until Stanley himself said it's not happening. But he could have said that to protect his own, what's really going on, et cetera, et cetera. Like, do you guys believe the honky dory or no?
I mean, a lot of people like to throw some stuff on the internet, especially when someone passes, that, oh, this thing happened, or somebody found out about this when he passes and stuff like that. I think it's just they're trying to steer away the importance of how much of an inspiration he is, and try to throw some controversy in there. And I don't think it's really appropriate, especially because his passing was so soon. Even if this is true or not, it's important that we just look at all the good things that he has put out throughout his life, and not just go dig deep into controversy, especially this early in his passing.
I agree.
That's just
talking about someone who died. You're like making fun of that person basically. It's really messed up.
yeah.
No, I mean, I wholeheartly agree. I was always raised, and you guys were probably raised to believe the same thing. You always honor the dead.
Yeah.
Like this one, I'm not gonna like explain the whole entire story about this person or anything. But this is guy in Discord. I'm not saying whose server or anything. Like this is, I'm trying to keep it low key.
Mm-hmm.
Who is, and his name was X Tentacion, died from a shooting.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Oh yes, that. Yeah, that was on. Yeah, that was on my Discord. Yeah, that's.
I'll try to keep it low key.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of caught a glimpse of that, and again, I mean, I understand. You know, your favorite rapper passes away, or just a rapper in general passes away from someone else being stupid. But there's no point in bashing the dead. Again, it goes back to that. You never bash the dead. It's like, do you want someone to bash your mother, father, brothers, sisters, any family member, friend, etc's tombstone? No.
Right.
Then why are you
Yeah.
gonna do it?
Yeah, exactly.
know?
Yeah, and
I-
then like this guy literally like he goes in chat and he goes, "Hey, I'm X, I'm dead." He literally says that in the Discord, and I had to type in like, "Yo, that's like messed up."
Yeah, it's
Yeah, again.
disrespectful on so many accounts because it's like,
Yeah.
again, you're disrespecting someone who just recently passed away. You have no consideration for human life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you don't see me talking crap about Stanley. You don't see me doing that. You don't even see me talking crap. You don't see me talking crap to Stephen Hawk. Like all these cool people passed away. You don't see me talking crap about them and disrespecting them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and especially recently, like our George H.W. Bush passed recently as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, and then
I heard
people
about-
got hugely political about it, and were like, "Oh, good riddance for bad rubbish." And I'm like, "You have
Yeah.
no idea what this man did for us, and you weren't even born around this time, and yet you're gonna assume."
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
like I said, I'm not big into politics, so I don't go dive into what his policy was. But you have to respect that he at least took the time to be dedicated to our country.
Exactly. He took the
Despite
time.
despite if you agree with his policies or not, he at least tried to keep this country running, and he did. And he and other presidents came in to do that same thing. And despite if you agree with whatever he did or not, it's important that we always respect people and respect their decisions and respect their life. So and
Great.
like I said, rest in peace, Stanley. Rest in peace, Triple X, Tenation, and rest in peace, George H.W. Bush.
Yep.
I actually didn't hear about that. I've just looked up right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
He had some. It was coming because he was getting old. He was starting to get sick. He had to be pushed in a wheelchair through a while. It's been his death was coming, but it was time for him.
Yeah, I think the most disturbing thing that they started to do as soon as, you know, the whole death and everything like that was, they broadcasted it. Like, I don't know why they broadcasted it. You know.
They broadcasted it. Yeah.
Number two, media reports of, oh, hey, you know, George W. Bush read to his father his own eulogy prior to his passing, and it's like, oh, that's fascinating and all, but why do I need to know about this?
Yeah, I think it's like, is it truly important for these different people who pass that we need to know about it? I mean, we just find it on the news or an article they passed, but but broadcasting it, I don't know. It's
Broadcasting is another thing. It's just like that, and this whole tabloid stuff of like, yeah, you know, oh, his own son read him his own eulogy. It's great. Again, I don't need to know it.
yeah.
Nothing
Right,
against the man personally, but you're kind of overstepping the boundaries now of just, hey, you know, let the dead be dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, you're welcome, Fezza.
That again, that's always been my policy. Is, hey, they're dead. They can't even defend themselves anymore. So whatever crap you're pulling off, you better cut it.
Yeah.
Once you start talking about someone who died disrespectful, that's when you become an enemy to that person.
Oh,
Yeah.
trust me, there's
Even-
going to be a
even when it
lot of
comes-
enemies being caused.
Even when
You
it
know?
comes to family members, you're a total enemy.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hate going on in this country, and we all just gotta try to learn how to respect each other, just how to figure out how do we handle it. Like a lot of celebrities get hate all the time. Like one of the things that I like to watch is them reading their mean tweets on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh yes.
And it just shows that how they handle the hate, and that really because some people can't handle it, and it's important that we try and help people through that when they're dealing with hate, especially upcoming content creators that are trying to start YouTube and stuff like that, because people will start throwing hate at them and they don't know how to handle it, and it's important that they have some knowledge on how you deal with it, because hate's gonna come.
Yep.
It's just how you
Comes with the
respond to it.
territory.
Yeah, just how you respond to it, because the only reason I see it is that if someone starts throwing hate on you about something, it means you're doing something good. And they're just throwing hate at you because their life is in the pits and they want to make you feel bad. So
I do hate when people do these things where they accuse someone as well.
Oh yeah, no, that comes that comes with the territory. I mean, take a look at famous people such as Bill Cosby and let's see, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now.
There's also
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
Freeman.
Oh yeah, these allegations coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, how these accusations and allegations, X amount of years down the line, 20 some odd years, 30 some odd years, has just now surfaced.
Yeah.
Like the most.
Like, hold on, this is not making no sense. What, because they got famous and they have all this money now, you're just gonna be like, oh hey, guess what? Now's the time to cry wolf.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, that's pathetic.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm a bit like mixed between these allegations because I don't know if they're true or not. Some of them say, "Oh, this legitimately happened," and some of them are just like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, these are just allegations." One example I like to give is the stand-up comedian, what's his name, Louis C.K.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not surprised at all what he did, but honestly. That's what he does as comedy. That's what he did through his entire comedy. So why are you guys now so shocked that he actually did that?
Oh, it's because it's 2018. It's the year of the butthurt. Everybody's got to feel some sort of something against someone.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Yeah, and that's the problem with just this era at this point, because you can't say anything, or someone's gonna get offended by something.
Yep.
So
even like game developers. I don't know if you guys heard of the channel Review Tech USA. It's a good channel. You guys should check it out sometime. But this guy stated in one of his little rants that even as a video game developer nowadays, it's impossible, because you could create a game that is based on whatever you thought. Like, if you wanted your protagonist to be a female, the SJWs are going to sit there and be like, oh, why can't it be a male character? Oh, I'll make her a white character. Oh, why can't why's it got to be a white character? Why can't it be an African American character? And it's like, you can't fucking win.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pardon my French. I'm sorry. I let that one slip. It's just but yeah, you can't win when it comes to like these keyboard warriors who get so butthurt based on the smallest things.
Exactly. Like, this is what made me realize, because I was watching Dave Chappelle's one of his last stand-up comedy thing, and he said he was getting out of comedy, and for one reason is because everyone is getting butthurt because of his comedy, and it's just like, are you serious? Like, y'all,
I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle has been doing this for years, and now you're getting upset of it now. Yeah, like, y'all need to just man up and just grow up and just deal with it. All right, because life's not gonna get easier. All right, it's not because people are gonna keep throwing more stuff at you. You're just gonna have to handle it. You can't just complain. You can't just complain and whine because you can't get what you want. All right, and what you like when it comes to like women's rights, stuff like that. I agree with women gaining rights. All right, but there's a point where you're like, now I can't say anything. Now you feel like you're getting offended by something. Like, I can't like breathe or exist because it's offending you. It's
Are you kidding me? I love how it's butt backwards on that whole thing, where it's like, oh, with women's rights and all that. Okay, we demand equality. Sure, we gave you equality. We demand more equality. We're equals now.
Yeah.
Do you want more equality?
Like, what?
Now you see women beating the crap out of men, and when men finally had enough and defend, the women call abuse.
Yeah, and that's what Bill, the comedian Bill Burr talked about domestic violence, and domestic violence. Obviously, I'm against domestic violence in any way, but there's
it goes
point.
2 ways.
Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't be just one-sided. It's been one-sided for years, and it should be both sides, because he's saying you have to look at the relationship. of what's going on in that relationship. You can't just blame the men for some act that he did. Obviously, the act is wrong, and he should try to amend for it. But you also got to look, like, if you're trying to figure out what a problem is, you have to look at all the factors that involve with it if you want to fix it. So, like, if domestic violence is a problem, then you have to look at every factor, not just one side, because then now you're blaming the men, and it's still going on. You see where the problem is?
Oh yeah.
There's other factors that need to be involved. It means you got to look at the women, and a lot of women are gonna be mad about it. But if you want to stop getting hit by men, you got to look at all the factors here. You want the violence to stop, you got to look at all of them.
Yep. Men only have, I mean, and again, it's nothing towards women in general. We love
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
We do. However, women, out of respect, there's only so much a man can handle. And if you push him past the point where he no longer looks at you as a woman, but as an equal, that's when that situation goes, because we go into fight or flight mode.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. It's just how we were designed.
But it's basically that's just how the society is, and men are just screwed either way.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, you get insulted because you got beat up by a woman, and you get hated because you hit a woman.
Yep.
That's just how
You
it's.
can't win.
You can't win, and they're still having this problem with domestic violence, and we have to look at all the factors. And that's why it's important that you have to look at relationships, and that's why I emphasize, looking at relationship therapy. If you're having problems with your relationship, like you're on both sides are having problems, you have to get help, because if you don't, those things are gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Those things are gonna happen.
Right.
All right.
We got extremely off topic.
Oh no, still, I mean, I liked it. It was actually well, thought out, and
Yeah.
It went from Stan Lee, rest in peace, to stopping domestic violence. It went just straight there.
No, that
Yeah.
hey, either way.
Yeah, they help.
Well, before we move on, so I have Pink Lady in chat here, and she says, "Oh yes, there was an article made about the song 'Kiss the Girl,' saying that the song talks about Eric and consent from Ariel to kiss her. But obviously Ariel did because she is in love with Eric.
Yep.
Disney.
Oh yeah, because they make the song "Kiss the Girl" sound like he's trying to force it upon her or something.
Yeah.
Why is it? Oh, why do always people have to develop a problem out of everything? That
Again,
song has been
like I
there.
stated before. Welcome to 2018. It's the year of the butthurt. Everybody's got to be offended about something, and it's ridiculous. It
You know
needs
how
to die.
long? You know how long that song has been out? For years. People love that song.
Are you? Yeah.
Now when's the
see.
change?
When did The Little Mermaid come out? Y'all got computers. When did The Little Mermaid come out? Early 90s, right?
Yeah.
Early 90s. It's been 20...
Actually, it came out in 1989.
1989, okay. So
Wow, okay.
roughly almost 30 years now. Roughly
Yeah.
almost 30 years. And now you're going to get butthurt about it.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
Oh,
I hate all these.
let me go to my butthurt printer and let me print out that butthurt form and tell me where the butthurt came from.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people complain about that movie, the fact that there's nudity even though it's covered up.
Are you flipping
I've
kidding me?
heard about this. I've
What?
heard about.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Before you move on, hold on. First off, there was I forgot what movie it was. It was really old. It was like in the 30s. But apparently, when they first came out with that movie, there was a scene, but it was like very like one second of a frame where I think the mouse was flying and there was a nude woman on there, and then Disney blocked it out.
Oh,
Okay.
you're talking.
Rescuers.
You're talking about the old. Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
early 50s, and that's the Rescuers when they were in their apartment. There's a picture of topless woman.
Yeah, I get that, but seriously, Little Mermaid, like,
Oh yeah.
what nudity? All right, what do you think? What you think? I'm aroused to see that? Like, are you serious?
Oh
It's
yes,
a freaking
because,
Disney movie.
Because furries are one thing. Mermaid women? Oh god, yes.
Like, seriously, like, come on. Like, you think men are just gonna be so, like, they're gonna see that and just, go hammer on that? Like, why? Like, no, it's a Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be like,
Number
oh,
one and number two. Well, number two, they also explained Ariel's birth or how old Ariel is in the movie. So when men think about that, it's like, if you really do the research on that, Ariel's like what, 16? About to be 16?
Yeah.
About that, yeah.
That's all I know for
Apparently,
sure.
that's underage stuff. People are like,
Thank
nope,
you.
avoid that, avoid the lollies, please. Hashtag no lolly.
Pink
Yeah.
lady says she is 16.
Yeah. So I mean, come on. They're gonna bitch and they're gonna complain about these other issues, and they're not even looking at the main fact where it's like, hey, the girl's underage,
Yeah.
and you're not focusing on that. But let's complain about the other stupid things.
Yeah, and also complain that when it first came out, the priest had a boner, and then they
Oh,
erased
yes.
it.
They had the priest had the boner. The what is it? The little particles from the flowers in the Lion King spelled out sex.
That was actually meant to be SFX.
Yeah, I know. And what was it?
21? Eric is
In Aladdin.
21?
Yeah, and Eric is 21 in the movie. And in what was the movie? Aladdin. There's a small section where he says to young kids, take off your clothes, supposedly. Now, whether this is true or not is purely speculation.
Yeah.
Wow, I can hear my annoying self.
Okay, you sound beautifully obnoxious. I'm kidding.
I know. I tried. I was trying to watch like the chat from like someone else's.
Oh, dude. Cupcake Dragon has just pointed out that Snow White was 14.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
exactly.
that
So.
And there was that prince who...
This is why I don't get like how people get so butthurt and like they're complaining about Disney this, Disney that, about song lyrics, and yet you guys aren't looking at the underlying factors of things.
It's also the fact that those movies came out in an era where that wasn't the case.
Mhm.
Where, especially like towards what was the woman who got married at 14? Was it Snow White? You said Cinderella, or okay? Well,
No.
that came out during what the 40s, 50s, and stuff like that. I'm
Roughly.
pretty sure that was okay during that time. I don't know the marriage age.
All I know is that Disney
Hold on.
wasn't around for a very long time.
We did this recently. Me and Pink Lady over on her channel. What was when was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs released? Wasn't it like 1939?
30s or 40s, somewhere along that.
Yeah, and like, and it's also
1937. Dan, 1937.
1937. There you
yeah,
go.
and then it was an
1937.
in the Snow White era, married at 14 was normal
Oh yeah.
during that time. So now you're upset about that
Oh, yeah,
because you're looking at it in a 2018 mindset. You have to look at it in the mindset of that time for it to make sense. Because if you look at it with that mindset, your mind's just gonna go, all gone. Everyone's just gonna get butthurt or something.
Oh, speaking of, hold on. I'm gonna do this to jokingly prove a point on Z's chat.
That's fine. So I just want to point out that Pink Lady says that Disney has been around for 90 years.
Yep.
Wow.
90
Okay.
years.
No, has been around for 80 years.
It's crazy.
There you go.
Oh, you're
I'm butthurt that people are talking about these topics.
You're a butt. That's what you are.
Hold on. Let's get even further. Z, I'm so butthurt that the manufacturers that made your glasses.
God.
Jerk off the mic, like seriously.
Oh,
And
yeah, there we go. I'm butthurt that you guys all make fun of me with masturbation jokes and Icy Hot.
Alright, let's move the topic. We're gonna move the topic.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
so
gonna move on.
music.
We're gonna let's move on. Let's move on to music.
I
Guys.
was just about to mention an old Disney movie. I don't know if any of you would have heard of it. Song of the South.
Go ahead.
Yes, I have heard of that. That is, well, Song of the South is a old Disney movie where it was all about a lot of African Americans.
Yeah,
Back then, it caused an uproar.
Yeah.
Back then, it caused an uproar because it was hugely and widely racial. I mean, terrible. Like, you thought Dumbo was bad with the black crows representing African Americans. This was worse.
Jeez.
And no one is batting a gosh darn eyelash towards this.
Yeah.
Or
Also,
something as simple as lyrics.
also the fact that there have been, I don't know if this is true, but allegations that this is my friend Joe talking about this, that he refuses to go to Disney World mostly because it's against Jews, and that Walt Disney had a thing against them.
No,
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not, but
well, no, it was he had different beliefs than what the Jewish people, I guess because him and his brother Roy are, what are they? I think they're Jewish in their own way, or German. I don't freaking remember, but
yes, because so Pink Lady says in chat, yeah, because the main character was African American and people were pissed about it.
Yeah. Song of the South.
Yeah.
Song of the South. Oh,
It was based back in the years of the slavery, so it wasn't exactly taking the piss or anything. It was practically true stuff that happened back in those days.
But Walt Disney didn't hate Jews. He actually loved everybody, which is who he was as a person.
Walt Disney has a very good heart. Believe it or not, Pink Lady, Walt Disney's birthday is on my birthday, which was yesterday.
oh yeah, guys, happy birthday to Z. If that
Yeah.
happy birthday to Z.
Happy
today.
birthday!
Happy birthday, my dude. Yep. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
Well, it's because it was a running gag on Family Guy back in the day where they had, they were like, oh, with this whole new cryogenics. And they opened up one of those cryogenic tubes and it's like, oh, Mr. Disney, welcome to the 21st century. Are the Jews still around? Yes, sir. Then put me back.
That's not funny.
Okay.
That's not funny. Oh god. But yeah. All right, let's move on to music.
Music. So we all know what's gonna happening, and there's a lot of I guess a lot of countries, or not. Sorry, not. I just messed up what I was saying.
Good job.
Germany and other areas. Problem with country songs or something like that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Country? What do you mean like country songs? Like
Like the song Two Heads.
No, I've never heard of the song Two Heads. Please elaborate.
Well, a lot of people even in Russia, a lot of people had so much problem with that song because, well, actually I wouldn't blame them. Talking about man's areas. Anyways, let's move on. So
Hold on. So basically, what you're trying to say is it's a song that someone made that basically bashes other countries in some way, shape, or form.
No, Germany. Okay, so Germany was against country songs because of the music and all that, and how there's no rhythm in it. Same with Russia. And they also have problems with lyrics. Either it's good lyrics or bad lyrics. Oh, yeah. You guys not heard about it?
no, I've not.
Oh,
I've never been a big fan of country. I mean, I've listened to maybe a couple. I have like a wide span of music that I enjoy. Country's not the biggest one, but I didn't really expect other countries to be upset over a particular genre of music. Besides, country's been there for a very long time, and it's still going on.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know that some countries didn't really like it. Didn't really like that type of genre.
Okay, well, how about here? Let's talk about something that we have heard of.
Okay.
Which is in the rap game, which you all probably know about.
Yeah.
Is it the MGK Eminem fiasco that happened for like two gosh darn months?
Sure, we'll talk about that. I wasn't going for that, but sure, we'll talk about that.
Sounds like a more interesting topic.
Enlighten me on that.
MGK and Eminem fiasco?
Oh yeah, I know that. Yep, I know that. That one.
I'm gonna just say it for people that don't know about it. So
Yeah, let's do a quick recap.
Yeah.
2012, Machine Gun Kelly replied to Eminem's daughter named Haley. She put out a photo on Twitter, and then, sorry for my French when I say this. This is a quote on what he said, but he says, "I just saw a photo of Eminem's daughter, and I have to say she is hot as fuck, and because he's king."
Now,
That's what he
this is
said.
MGK at 20 something,
He's 24 years
talking
old.
about
and-
making a comment about a 16-year-old
yeah,
on a huge media site like Twitter,
Yeah.
which is of course going to accept, make any person, regardless of their status, one pissed off dad.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's like,
And-
hey, you little turd, you're flirting on my daughter. Like, here,
Yeah.
and
And
I'm
bear,
like,
and bear in mind that Eminem was getting hate from his last album, not this one, the other album, and he was
Oh, yeah.
mad about it. He was mad, so he went after almost everybody, almost everyone in the rap game.
So
He went hard at everyone, and so the fact that someone just throws hate at your daughter, that's not a good look for you.
oh no, that's just lining up the bullets for that gun to be fired right at you.
Yeah,
not only
exactly.
that,
Metaphorically.
when you diss Eminem, like Eminem's gonna diss you back.
Yeah, he is.
But if you talk about his daughter,
He will.
your
daughter.
enemy, he will unleash his wrath on you. Like, have you not seen Ja Rule? Have you not seen Benzino?
Benzino, yeah.
These,
like- Careers are destroyed if you piss that man off.
Exactly. Why do you think? That's why I keep talking about this. Why do you think the main rappers like Drake, Lil Wayne, some what's his name, J. Cole, and some other those big high mainstream rappers never go after Eminem
yeah, like Kendrick
because they love their career so much and they like where they are.
Yep.
They don't want it because they're already in a good place, and let's say just leave M alone. Okay, let him do his thing.
Not only that, here's the thing. J. Cole, Logic, and all these guys, when they make their own songs, they actually talk about what's good in life, and
Yeah.
Eminem likes that. Eminem loves that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
Because-
again, take a look at the biggest name right now that's blowing up in the rap game. Joyner Lucas. One I've caught on way before he got like super duper famous with songs like "I'm Sorry" and all that.
Oh yeah.
And Ross Cappuccini. This man made the likes of Busta Rhymes blow his mind, like referring to Joyner Lucas's work as like Nas's Illmatic, where it was thought provoking. It made you think.
Exactly.
Like to have one artist that you consider the greatest of all time or one of the greats, compare your work to like that of Nas, that is an acceptance.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
And
And
then, so Eminem as well is that his beef with Ja Rule. You guys heard about that, right?
Oh
His
yes.
beef with Ja Rule. It's-
Oh yes, because he said something on a track about Haley that really set M just right off the rails.
This is what happened. I'm gonna tell the story real quick. So, 50 Cent and Ja Rule had beef. Yes, Ja Rule said something shitty about 50 Cent's gangster and all that,
Mhm.
because that's what 50 Cent is known as. Started having a war, and then all of a sudden, in an interview, Ja Rule was like, Eminem and Dr. Dre, you better check 50 Cent from releasing any diss tracks. What he said. So of course they made a song called Hail Mary Remix, which is Tupac's song.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ja Rule made another diss track, and then that's when he said that Kim, which is Eminem's ex-wife, saying that she was a slut, and what will Haley be when she grows up? Well,
Wow.
said that. That's when.
Oh yeah. So
that's when
that was
Eminem's like,
that was one of my
That's it.
gripes because it was like, okay, for Ja Rule to go against Kim, hell, that doesn't phase Eminem. We all know this, boys. That does not phase Eminem one damn bit if someone talks shit about Kim.
yeah.
Sorry, pardon for my French again. It's just However, when someone talks such a foul language about your own daughter, That again is just,
Yeah.
you know, that's crossing the line.
And going back to MGK, when Eminem did his diss track on him, he hit MGK's daughter hard as well.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he went heavy, and the fact that MGK did not respond back just shows a lot about him as a person. Shows a lot of him as a person, because in the rap game, and I got this interview from, I think, Fat Joe. He was on the interview, talked about this beef, and he says that if someone talks, disses you in the rap game, you have to respond. That's just how it is. That's how it is. And he didn't respond back, which means that he's done. It's gone. It's over for him.
Oh yeah.
Going back to the Ja Rule thing, so after Ja Rule, he talked to 50 Cent. He goes, dude, I'm sorry, dude. I have to make my own diss track on this guy. I have to do it. I'm sorry. I know, right?
Mhm.
Battle. So Eminem, then he gets D12 on the track. He gets other guys on. He even gets Busta Rhymes back, right? Sorry, not Busta Rhymes. He gets I forgot the other rapper's name. And then that's when the song called Haley's Revenge came out, and then that's when it ruined Ja Rule's career.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, you know, it goes back to like Connor said here. You know, it's one thing to diss an artist in the rap game. It's how it's always been. It's how it will always be. That's how you keep a good rap career. Is, you know, I said this about you. You said this about me. You know, let's get the beef going. Let's see who's the best lyrically, you know, gifted.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everybody's, you know, at least at the end, it's a respect thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but when you sit there and you just say screw the rules, and you gun for someone's family member, that's honestly going for a low, and that's where all the problems start.
And they're lucky that Eminem is not actually a particularly violent person like some of these other upstart rappers. Like have their own gangs and stuff like that.
Oh, I agree.
Because if they went after people like that, they would be dead. They would be dead because they broke the rules. They went after something that they truly cared about, and now this is where you're at.
Yep.
So
I wholeheartedly agree, because again, it's just like, hey, screw the rules. I'm going for, you know, your daughter, your sister, your brother, the this, the that, the third, and it's like, oh hell no.
Exactly.
You're as good as dead. I don't care.
Yeah.
You're done.
I mean, look at the beef between look at the beef between Drake and Meek Mill. That was all respect, and obviously they're hitting each other with different parts of their career. Like Meek Mill was throwing at that Drake was a ghostwriter and stuff like that, and then Drake was going after his relationship with Meek and Nicki at the moment. But then towards the end, when he was in Boston, Meek Mill came out and they ended with respect. So it's those are in the guidelines of the rap game. But again, you got to be careful of what you say, because when you start hitting things that are way too personal, it's gonna go south.
Oh yeah, because then the artists no longer become the artist. Now you see the real them, and that's the line you never cross, is to get the real them to come out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you guys know about the Pusha T and Drake beef, right?
No, actually, I have not.
Yeah,
Please
enlighten us. Yeah.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll be honest. Like, I love Killshot. Probably my favorite diss track.
It was
but
good.
Pusha T's diss track. Holy crap! No, basically what happened was that. Like, I love Drake. I do. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite artists.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to admit, he said on the diss track was very, like, wow. So what he said on a diss track was that to the whole world that Drake has a child named Adidon.
Oof.
Yeah. And he also revealed that the mother is a porn star.
Cool.
And when that diss track came out, Drake he already lost. Even if he put a diss track back, he would still like he's gone, right?
Yeah,
But here's the
I
thing.
think it's. I think it's. I think he's playing safe. Drake seems to be
Actually, you know
playing
what?
safe
After
with.
that, no. I take what I said back. Drake can reply to the diss track. As to the diss track, he's gonna end his own career because he's gonna ruin his fan base if he releases a diss track, right?
Yeah, especially when it comes to those particular topics.
Because here's the thing, Drake, he's a rapper that's like a pop. He's also a pop
Yeah,
and R&B
I
rapper, and if
still
he
like.
loses fan base, he's gonna ruin it.
Okay, hold on. Look,
Why
look,
did
look.
Drake
If
go
I was
push
Pusha T though, I would have, at least go for the smaller punches.
yeah.
Like, hey, how about instead of saying, hey, you got a hooker wife or whatever the heck she's, a stripper wife and a son, telling the world that crap. Why don't you just go for like the old stuff? Like, hey, you're not a gangster. You have a bunch of ghostwriters writing for you. Hey, you used to be in Degrassi. For a season,
Yeah.
your ass was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's like when we talked about how people are getting butthurt with things, it's also the other side where people are taking things too far with things as well.
Mhm.
That they're going way too savage on different things that shouldn't be said. And I think that particular issue is way too black and white at the moment. It
Yeah.
really is. It's way
Like-
too people are way too butthurt about things that shouldn't be, and people are saying way too doing things that are taking it way too far.
Speaking of, you want to talk about butthurt? Have you again going back to Review Tech USA? Have you guys not heard this story about Smash Ultimate, where Mr. Game & Watch had to be changed a little? Just a small detail.
So, guys, I'll
Why so?
be right back.
Okay, you
Okay.
be right back. Let me explain this. So,
Yeah.
before the release of Smash Ultimate, which is happening in a few hours, Nintendo actually had to make a quick patch that is coming up with this release. So as soon as you have the game installed, you have to get this really quick patch that takes out a certain aspect of Mr. Game & Watch. And what it is Mr. Game & Watch turns into an Indian with a feather on its hat, reminiscent of the old Game & Watch games. Right?
Yep.
But apparently because one Indian child, roughly 13, 14 maybe, is so gosh darn butthurt. Oh, it's a racial stereotype. Oh, Nintendo, how could you? All these people just got on the web and just started yakking and complaining about something so small as that. You want to know what else happened just recently? Not recently, about 2 years ago. You want to know what happened back then?
What?
Guy working for, what the heck was it? What's the place called? Wells Fargo. Guy working for Wells Fargo had to, I guess, pay for his daughter's lengthy operation. It was really expensive. And it used the company, like the insurance company that Wells Fargo used to help her, live. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
if she didn't get the surgery, she would have died.
Hmm.
Wells Fargo fired the man and then gave him his insurance 2 weeks after her death.
Wow.
And yet people won't even bat a gosh darn eyelash towards that. Get online, really ground Wells Fargo to a rubble. But they're going to go online and complain as something as minute and insignificant as a cartoonish video game character with an Indian feather.
Yeah.
It
It's
shows
crazy.
you how,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I think is that people are looking at things that think are offensive but really are not. And they shouldn't really put too much detail into that because there are a lot of bigger issues that are going on. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna try to say this as politely as I can. When we talk about the LGBT community, now
Mhm.
I'm all in favor of people of whatever decision you make for your life. You want to be gay, lesbian, that's completely fine. I have no problem with that. My only thing is that now they're being thrown it in my face.
Yes.
That is a problem. And they're saying that, oh, it's a big problem in this country. I'm like, really? This is a big problem in this country. You need to, how about I explain to you how about the mass incarceration of African Americans right now and no one's done anything about it? How it's been embedded in our presidency for years and years and years and no one's has even dotted an I about that. And they made
how about the millions of kids dying by the hands of Boko Haram? That was, from 2014 up until
Yes.
now, because they want to be different.
Yeah, and you're complaining if someone calls you a faggot. All right.
Which,
Like-
in definition, means a bundle of sticks. So how is
Yes.
even that an insult?
Yeah.
You're a bundle of sticks.
Yes. Like
Actually,
I said,
over here in the UK, a faggot is actually
A cigarette.
pork meatballs.
Pork meatballs. So
Sweet.
No joke.
even then, how is that an insult?
Exactly. That's it. People are too butthurt about that. And like I said, I respect any decision you make. If any person, if a gay or lesbian person is being hated by someone, I'm going to be the first person to help defend them.
Exactly.
But yet, don't shove it down my throat, okay? Because there you
go. There's a line for you. And I mean, y'all can go against Shadow. I don't care. But if y'all could take a penis and y'all could take a vibrator, y'all could take that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a different way of looking at it, but sure. But I'm just saying, like I said, I am completely fine with whatever decisions you make. All right, whatever your life, that's your life. Who am I to judge whatever you do? All right?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't shove it down my throat where now I have to change my life because you are feeling uncomfortable. Like really, you are in the most protected country out of any other country. And to be gay and lesbian, because if you're gay and lesbian in some other countries, they will kill you.
Exactly. Heck, if you stand alone in, what is it, Israel or something like that, Israel and Afghanistan, places like that, where they're deemed holy lands. If they found out if your sexuality that is not straight, you are beheaded.
Exactly. And you are in the most protected country. And when Obama signed a thing that to legally have same-sex marriage, no other country would do that ever.
Yep.
No other country would do that.
Yep.
You guys need to learn how to respect the things that we give you.
Exactly. And that's the thing that bothers me is in the age of the butthurt, we're trying all the solutions to make equality for all. Like, just like our forefathers before us, liberty and justice for all, and equality and all this, and everybody's still saying, oh, it's not enough. Well, sorry, you were born out of your mother's freaking twat, and you think you're entitled to everything.
Exactly.
The world doesn't owe you jack.
Yeah, nobody cares. You understand that? People are trying to make us care about things that shouldn't really be cared about. Like I said, I believe in... I believe in freedom and whatever you make, whatever decision you make. That's your life. That's your life. Just don't try and change what I believe.
Exactly.
Like, you don't want me to change what you believe? Fine. You do the same for me. Okay? It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Yeah, it's still, yeah.
Yeah, it's the topic. We have to talk about this stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sorry if someone's offended by this. I'm sorry. That's just what I believe.
Oh yeah, no. I mean,
apologize.
we're not honestly trying to bash anybody. This is just our own thoughts and opinions. If you guys have your own, please state them in chat.
Yeah, exactly. Let me know what you guys think about this thing. All right, because we are very open to anyone's beliefs. My Discord is open to anyone, any belief system, any sexuality. Y'all can come on Discord. We don't discriminate anybody. Just don't what's the word I'm looking for? Don't
just
bash.
Besides bashing, just don't rub it in people's faces. It's like it feels like a superior complex. Like just because you have this means you're better than me. No. Last time I checked, we're both flesh and blood. We both have opinions. We both think, breathe, eat all the same. So how are you better than me? How am I better than you?
Exactly.
We're not.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
So why don't we move on for this topic where someone in chat gets offended?
Oh, trust me, if I was offended by
I love CFN. He was a great person. Now he hated on the gays. I hate this guy now. Unsubscribe.
Yeah, unsubscribe. Just
hey.
YouTube issues recently.
Me being
Oh no, go ahead, Stewie, please.
Me being gay, being gay myself, if I was offended, I would have said something ages ago. But I actually agree with quite a lot of the stuff you said, because I wouldn't shove it down anyone's throat.
Yeah, exactly. It's your life. I'm not gonna stop you from being gay. That's your life. You know what I mean?
Are you happy with your life choices? If so,
Yeah.
then congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hey, at least
Congratulations to you. Like,
at least that's a benefit for the straight people with me being gay. You want the women? Have it. Have
Sweet.
it.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
Are you kidding me, Stewie? You can help me dress better for Lindsay to love me even more.
exactly.
Just when she looks at my clothing, she's like, "That's what you're wearing."
Give us some fashion designs, all right?
It does sometimes make me laugh when people say, "Oh, I never knew you were gay. You don't even sound it." I'm like, "What? We don't all speak like this, you know."
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't put our hand on our hips, snap our fingers, and go, "Hey, girlfriend." Oh, goodness.
Again, don't unsubscribe, guys, okay? We all love you guys, all right? We love the community, all right?
I mean, heck, not many people know, but really, I am bisexual. I've had my fair share of boyfriends and girlfriends in the past. I just prefer women over men now. That's just my preference.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyways,
Wow, I can't believe I shared that information with you guys.
It's completely fine, man.
All right, next topic, boys. So, YouTube issues recently. So, over the last couple months, since Google Plus leaked out everybody's information, and then they had to go and delete all that, they took Google Plus off of YouTube. Now, many people were wondering, oh, you know, why did YouTube get shut down for an hour? That was the why. It was to completely eliminate Google Plus from all of YouTube. But because of that, it's been causing a lot of issues lately, be it live streams, be it your chats, your community tabs, what have you. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're losing more subscribers than you're gaining. Some people actually had to resubscribe. It's just been a whole downhill mess.
Yeah, I've had some particular live stream issues with like just frame rates dropping and lags and stuff like that. But some games I usually don't have a problem with. Like I'm trying to get, I think I'm trying to get SwitchWar to work, Star Wars: Old Republic to work on stream. I've streamed before, but now I'm having issues with it. Maybe that's not a YouTube thing. Maybe it's more just my PC needs to work better on streaming. But in some games, like I try to play, you know, Destiny, and sometimes it wouldn't work. The stream wouldn't work, and just
no. I mean, I agree with you on that because I've been doing the same thing, and I believe Stewie's been doing the same thing, and my friend Dingo Prime has also been doing the same thing. Where we've sat there and we've looked at our OBS or our Streamlab OBS, and the stream quality is just absolutely pristine, 100% beautiful.
Yeah.
But on the YouTube end of things, it's just not working.
Yeah, it's particularly hard for me in some things. I can't play some games on YouTube that I would like to play because I'm trying to get my SwitchWar group back together again. I'm trying to set up something on my Discord and get that thing back together, but I can't stream it. So now it's just going to be just a community game that we play, and I can't really stream that unless I you do some upgrades to my PC, or I figure if YouTube gets this garbage together.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so I'm
Welcome
back.
back, Z.
Welcome back, Z. We just started doing YouTube, so you can pitch in.
Oh, YouTube. Okay. Yes, I want to get into this actually. So.
Yep.
Because I think this was either in September or October. Batman Arkham Knight and all that. All of a sudden, it just screwed up on me. And then the second time was in November, October. Sorry, October, where I was trying to stream Cartoon Humanity with Dan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And crashed. Like there was no videos and the recommendation. Like there was nothing.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, right? So what I had to do is I had to like make content on it. So that's what I did.
Yeah. YouTube is a particularly complicated thing at the moment. I think because it's weird because a lot of people watch my reactions. Like I have a lot of subscribers. Well, I have a decent amount, but I don't have a lot of people that watch my streams on occasion. I rarely get a lot of people watching, and people are asking me, "How come you have so many subscribers but not a lot of people on your streams?" And it's just like, well, YouTube and stuff like that. And
oh
it's just,
no, are you kidding me? The one thing I saw, I think it was a while back, someone thought you were sub-botting.
yeah, which I don't. I've never sub-botted.
No,
ever
I'm like,
in
how do
this.
you sub-bot? It's people who have watched your content, they subscribe, but they don't have to be a part of your live streams.
Yeah, exactly. Like sub-bots, if you want sub-bots, you have to pay for those. Like there's a there is an app that I saw where you can actually pay money and they have like bots subscribe to you and stuff like that. Well, I think they have people subscribe to you and then they leave after. But I've never
Even-
sub-botted
Yeah,
at all.
even then though, like for those who have sub-botted, chances are when YouTube actually finds out, they eliminate all of that. So, I mean, if you
Exactly.
had 2,000 subs or 3,000 subs and they caught wind of that, you would have been down to like back to the original start where it's like maybe 500-600.
Yeah, exactly. But it's thing because I check my statistics all the time when I check
Mhm.
my YouTube, and I have over 400,000 channel views. 400,000 channel views, and I
Mhm.
have 2,000 subscribers. That means people are looking at my stuff, and those are real people watching. Those aren't bots. Those are people looking at it, and they give me a demographics on who's watching from people from this country, if it's man, woman, age group.
Yep.
That's who they're watching. So there is no sub bot. So the people, like I said, people only watch the replays. They usually don't watch the streams. They usually watch like the replays because what I was playing, was it Sister Location?
Yeah.
That was a really good one. After that, it didn't have like too many people on there. It was like maybe 5, which is pretty good, decent 6. Then after that, it went up to 300 views later, which is shocking because I rarely get that many people on a live stream video.
Oh yeah,
So-
GG to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a lot of people, they come in because they like my reactions, especially like my Markiplier, my Joe Senegato, which by the way, I want to mention this. I want to mention this particular thing. The reason why I haven't posted a Joe Senegato anymore is because I'm having a problem with people coming in and claiming those videos because they want to make extra money.
Happens to you? That happens to me as well.
It makes no sense because I don't make enough money on videos for them to make any profit whatsoever.
That and you don't monetize your videos to begin with when it comes to that stuff. So
I mean, I have monetization now because I
Like-
reached the threshold.
yes,
But again,
you could easily turn the monetization off, and they're still like, "Oh, I'm butthurt."
yeah, and it's
Butthurt. Oh my goodness, Connor, I'm so sorry about that. But that, what is it, Bill Burr video?
oh yeah.
I don't
I
know
was
why you
very-
took it down.
Because what happened is people were upset because I was going like this and that and this and that and this and that, and I'm
But-
like,
Your
don't know
your
what
thoughts
you
and
mean.
opinions were different of that of the comedians, and they were actually really true. When I was watching it, I thought the same exact thing. Like, understandably, I'm not speaking for him, but if you're going to do this, you expect these results.
exactly. I knew it was a gamble, but I just didn't expect people to dislike it so much, and I was just like, I can't keep this up because it would ruin a reputation that I don't want to be ruined. So, and I'd say I'd probably do it again, but with someone else with me instead of
Oh,
just
yeah.
doing it by myself. And I'm sticking. So now when I react, I have my second screen off. I have it on to check chat, but I turn that off so then I can just look at one screen because someone will get butthurt that I'm going like this. Oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. Oh, I can't concentrate. Dislike.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah, no, it's just I don't care what people think of my thoughts and opinions. You want to get butthurt, get fucking butthurt. Don't
Yeah.
let the good door hit you where the Lord should have bit you, or something.
Yeah, like one guy who had a really good comment. It's a long comment about the issues that he was talking about. But then some guy comes in and is like, "Why do you keep looking at two screens? I can't even focus." And the guy tried to defend me and stuff, but then the guy had like a huge argument in comments.
The reason he was looking at two screens was one because it was this, and the other one was because of this. And it's like, I don't need you defending me.
Yeah,
I
it's-
was just looking at two different screens.
yeah, because I had my OBS screen on this here, so I check and make sure everything is cool. Because sometimes what OBS happens is that it says the encoder is overloaded.
Yeah,
So
and
I'm
that's
having-
gonna cause skip in your video, and that's not gonna look good.
Yeah. So, and I always make sure everything is on. But now I don't do that because someone is gonna get butthurt about it. So, but I will say I am going to react to another Bill Burr video probably tomorrow, and hopefully he'll do better. Because I want to react to those things. He's a funny person to react to. A lot of people reacting to Bill Burr and some stand-up comedians, and I wanted to get into that, try new things, and because those are things are going to get views. Like the things that are getting views on my channel are the Markiplier reactions, the Joe Santagato, which I'm going to see if I can try to get to again, but I don't know. I'm still kind of thinking about it. And then some stand-up comedy stuff. And also the Family Guy Try Not to Laugh, because I heard that's becoming a trend now. So, yeah.
Also, like, for people on my, I don't, like, for new people and all that, I don't know if they have came in chat anyways, but, like, me and Connor do a dual reaction.
Yeah.
Like, recently we did a dual reaction on Joe Santagato's Ink Block.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah,
really funny.
It was. Because what happened is what I you probably saw the post I made, Dan, when I deleted it, was that on YouTube was that I'm taking a little break of reactions because I want to reevaluate how I'm going to do it.
Oh yeah.
Because
I saw that.
Because it's like I don't do enough reaction because of school. I do a lot more streams. And a lot of people like my reactions, but it's becoming like now it's just a nuisance or a necessity, and I don't put not as much effort as I usually do, and I don't really want that. I want you guys to enjoy the reactions and stuff like that. So that's why those last few ones were pretty good, because I added obviously a new intro and outro, and I put some copyright-free music in the background, so y'all chill with the copyright. It's copyright free from YouTube itself in the YouTube Create section.
You can do what I did.
I love that.
You don't want to get me started on copyright, because I just recently got a strike and 3 months restriction for a copyright strike recently.
That was a hunk of bull.
Yeah, and it was my first ever strike. My first ever strike. Never had a strike before in my life, and I got 3 months restriction just for that.
That's ridiculous.
And of course, you have to stream on Twitch.
Yeah, I spent 3 months on Twitch, having a hard time with Twitch because of how slow it was to start my stream, and then the silly advertisements that I couldn't skip just to get onto the chat.
Yep.
Like, my most recent copyright was my reaction to all the kamikaze disses from Eminem.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't blame them. I had not a like and the ringer in there. I couldn't blame that part.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? I think the only thing, and I didn't even get copyright struck. I just got copyright claimed, which I easily battled off and won.
Yeah.
Was that Joyner Lucas thing, Z? Because originally it was supposed to come out in June, for, well, as I deemed, Juner instead of Joyner, but Juner Music Month. And yeah, the I'm Sorry track got pushed back until like towards the ass end of June, because I was sitting there for a good while defending the case of like, hey, I'm doing this not to gain money. I'm doing this simply and solely for reaction purposes, a message, etc.
Exactly. And that's why what I'm doing now is I'm setting up my Patreon and all the music video reactions, because I want to do anime reactions. I want to do movie reactions. It's all going to be exclusively on Patreon, because then now everyone can see that, and I don't have the problem with this copyright. I can make money off of it. So I am setting that up. I'm setting that up next year. I just gotta set up my payment for Patreon and stuff like that. So it's a bit crazy.
Oh yes, sorry. Now, boys, we've got a little bit of time left. At least on my end, before I stream around 8 o'clock. Are there any other topics we want to discuss? I know, Connor, you wanted to mention something before about college and testing. Right?
So, not really testing, more about the college life in general, especially during this time of the holiday season, during final exam time, during this semester time, because the most important thing that a lot of people deal with is stress and depression, especially in college students. They deal with a lot. I personally don't, but this semester has been really, really tough for me. That's why I couldn't get a lot of reactions out this semester. and I try to get streams out and stuff like that. But it's been really hectic, and it's important that we try to have some coping mechanisms for college students who deal with that stress on a regular basis, especially towards the end. Because the holiday season is also, even though it's a fun time, can be a depressive time for some people, especially towards Christmas, towards family time and stuff like that. And on top of that, try to finish up the semester with all the files going on. It's pretty, depression can be an all-time high during this time.
Oh, of course. I mean, heck, even without college, a person like me at 31 is still, unfortunately, depressed about certain things, and it's, you know, and I've got a better lifestyle than what I've had when I was living in Connecticut. Now in Kansas, I have a home of my own. I have a beautiful woman who loves me. I have people who love what I do.
Yeah.
Right. But there are just moments where I just wake up and I'm not happy with life. I don't know why, but it just happens. There's different methods to think about it, like good music, you know, confiding in a friend, talking to them, listening to some really good music that you can at least, you know, agree with or feel with, you know, just anything of the sort that can try to bring a positive mentality to you.
Exactly.
And the biggest one, and I hope anybody here is listening, the biggest one to know is that you guys are not alone.
Exactly.
You are never alone. Don't think, oh, you know, any different.
No, do not. And the fact that you need, if you're dealing with depression, you need to say something to someone, to anybody. Like seek out your school counselor, seek out a friend that's close to you, reach out to family if you're dealing with that, especially during this time where files are coming up and the pressure's on for you to do well and going home and dealing with that. Make sure you take the time to, you know, to talk to someone. Like if you're really stressed or depressed or anything like that, that you take the time to talk to someone about it. And just, you know, if you need to vent or just need someone or just need a hug or something like that, just don't be afraid to speak out.
Heck, I mean, even if you guys who are, you know, lurking or talking and anything like that, me, Connor, Z, and Stewie, we all have our own respective Discords. If you want to talk to any one of the four of us in a private DM, you're more than welcome to. You could sit there and vent and talk about any of your life problems there as well. In our own ways, we've known, you know, from our own experiences, what it's been like to be depressed, to have our own successes and our own fails. We're there to help anytime. So,
yeah. Like
I try to.
Go ahead.
I try to help in any way I can. Usually in certain situations, I'm not that good and I can panic a bit. Like, oh God, what am I going to do? This guy's really freaking out.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do want to help in any way I can, even if I can't give anything. Maybe I can give a suggestion that I know of, or.
I mean, like, yeah, we all feel anxious in any stressful situation, stuff like that. It's just, you know, if it's hard for you to handle, make sure you just, you know, talk to someone, reach out and get some help. That's the key.
Yeah.
So, just make sure you seek some help. Make sure you reach out if you're feeling this type of way during this time, because I know it's during that time. My finals are weak. So
I myself lived a long life of fear and depression, and that's why I have my dog.
Nice.
If it weren't for him, I would probably not even be here on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Talking to people that I've never met in person.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like anything to cope, you know, find something that, you know, you enjoy and that you're good at, and just, you know, put a lot of effort into that if it helps you cope with some of those symptoms.
Now, boys, are there any ending topics do you want to discuss, Z, since you have been the most quiet on your keyboard?
Yeah.
Do you have any ending topics you want to discuss?
I don't know what you're talking about. That's probably
Great discussion. I love it. Great, good content, guys.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
A+ boys. A+ boys.
A+.
Love you.
Yeah.
But let's just did we ever do our introduction, by the way?
Maybe we didn't. I mean, I guess Dan's kind of did, but I guess we can just talk about who we are, just so if this is gonna be like a regular thing for us,
Right.
Yeah.
try.
So how about that? We'll do backwards introductions.
Yeah. Backwards introductions. Yeah. So you want me to start then?
Go for it.
All right. So if you guys know me, my name is Connor, aka CFN, from CFN TV. I am a gamer, streamer, reactor, movie maker, and basically I just play games and react for fun. And I do have a Discord that if you guys are interested in joining, and stuff. And basically, I try to put my content as best as I can. I try to at least put content every week, from streams to reactions. And obviously, Z, Dan, and Stewie have tried to support me and everything like that. And usually, my content relies about from we're doing Spider-Man. I did Mass Effect. I have to get back to that soon. VR chat shenanigans and stuff like that. Different types of games. I like to do a bunch of story-based games so you guys can enjoy a story like I am on stream. Or sometimes we just have a game night where we play. We did Brawlhalla last time, or we did Destiny, SWTOR. SWTOR doesn't work. I gotta figure that out. But yeah.
Now, as for your content alone, what is your are you family friendly? Are you PG-13?
I try to stick family friendly for myself as much as I can. I don't control obviously the game and stuff like that. Like the game, it has some mature content. That's just what it is. I'll just try to do a disclaimer. The content itself, like reactions, I can't control. So I would say it's PG-13, but I try to keep myself at a family friendly, me personally, so that that I'm on myself. Protect myself from obviously from demonetization, but also the fact that people can watch me and like, okay, he's actually not too bad. So
fair enough. Who would be next? Z, Stewie? Which one of you gentlemen?
We have one more topic, but we're gonna do it after we introduce ourselves.
Okay.
all right.
So I'm Z. Not gonna put my real name on YouTube, even though Dan literally says my real name on Discord. I don't know why.
Because I'm gonna call my own brother by his real name.
That's true.
So
Respect.
So I'm a new streamer. I started in August, and I'm really proud that I started my own channel too. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've been wanting to stream. I finally got a chance to do it, and I guess when I saw Dan, Connor, I saw Fezza, Stewie, I saw all these streamers, and it's like I want to be like them, and I'm here now. Like me personally, like I don't want to go too personal, but I did graduate early from high school, and I still do live with my family though, and yeah. So I guess that's all I can say.
Cool.
All right, Stewie, do you want to take the roles, or would you like to be last?
I can introduce myself. Yeah.
Okay.
So hi, I'm Stuart, aka Ugly Stewie. I've been doing this kind of thing for just a year now. Just a couple of days ago, it was my year anniversary.
Yep. Congratulations.
Nice.
Aside from gaming, I am a musician, theatre performer, and I say theatre performer because it's not all acting. There's some other things aside from acting that I do in theatre, so like musicals, so a lot of dancing, singing, acting, you name it. I do music as well, which I hope to bring to my channel soon. And gaming as well. That's pretty much all there is.
Cool. Very
Okay.
good. Now,
Z, you didn't mention your content quality. What is it? Language. Are you family friendly? Not family friendly?
Yeah.
And that's for you, Z. I mean, Stewie. Sorry.
Huh?
And as for you, Stewie, you're not family friendly. We already established this.
Yeah.
I am also not family friendly. try my best to not swear for this because I thought, you know what, let's not swear for this video. You put in swearing. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, all I can say is that I'm not an offline content, or I saying I'm not I'm a non-family content guy.
He's for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Boom, boom, boom.
If you, okay, you can tell when. If you guys watched the video, but I released a video called "What the WTF Part 1," where basically there's some messed up crap on the internet, and I'm reading all of it. But
right.
Yeah,
Z.
so you can tell I'm a non-family guy.
Z's channel, rated R.
All right.
Nasty,
Nope.
Dad.
Since everybody else's introductions were in order, then let's go. Hi, ladies.
Wait. What about Stewie?
We did Stewie's. I suggested either Stewie be last or I be last, depending, and Stuart was happy to take the reins, so I'm last.
Sorry, I turned my mic off because I had to swear after I hurt my finger there.
Oh, that's okay. It's understandable. Of course, it's going to hurt. So then, hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. The dulcet tones you're hearing now are the live Dan, aka SOJ Shadow Plays. I am not a family-friendly streamer, as unfortunate by my talking in this podcast, which I do apologize immensely. I'm a very open and opinionated person. I mainly do live streams on the daily, basically Sunday through Saturday, every day that I possibly can for your viewing pleasure, be it morning, noon, and night, as well as offline content. I do episodes, I do reviews, I do random stuff, you know, just in general. Could be video games, could be skits, could be anything. You never know with me. But definitely check me out if you have a chance to. You'll check out the channel. It looks like a guy with a Super Saiyan hair and a really ticked off look. There I am.
There he is.
Yep. So come by and hear me rage at video games. Or
Nice.
be a dork.
That's great. I will say one more thing, because we mentioned about school. I am a senior in college. I'm about to finish up. I have one more semester left, and I'm planning on going. Yeah, thank you. I'm planning on going to grad school as well for psychology, because that's what I want to do in a career. But YouTube is like my hobby, and my second calling is what I would say for it. Actually, no, that's my second calling is music, because I do like playing music as well. But I would say this is like my really hobby that I do a lot of. So
are you going for your bachelor's or your associates?
Bachelor's right now, undergraduate bachelor's. I'm finishing up now. Then I'm gonna go to applying for graduate school for either master's or PhD.
Nice.
So,
I really hope it works out for you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Oh my
Going
god.
for it. Going for it.
Well, yeah, I mean, human psychology is not an easy topic. Tell me
It's
why.
not. There's a need of people to help people who are mentally ill. Because I work with people at my job who are mentally ill, and there's a lot of need. They need a lot of help, especially with some of them, because they have a hard time coping with their illness, and they just need that treatment, that help, and that people to be a support for them. And there's a lot of stigma on them, that, you know, they're just crazy and stuff like that, but they're just asking for help. They're seeking that help because if you put it in their shoes, they're scared because they deal with, you know, fear, anxiety, depression, all that types of stuff. And they have that fear. They just need to cry for help. And that's why I wanted to get into this, because
you're basically their voice.
Yes, to help them out. That's at least I'm trying to be. Because like I said, even the subtle things I do on Discord, just, you know, if anyone is dealing with how they talk to me, I am there to help and stuff like that. That's why I appreciate, you know, the video you guys made for my 2,000 subscriber thing. What Soul said and stuff like that was it meant a lot to me, because I know the fact that I am at least try to be that person to help you guys out and just be that guy to be, you know, be friendly to you guys. So,
yep.
It's me, Deadpool.
And the Deadpool thing.
Oh God,
I'm
I'm just very happy to actually buy a $60 Deadpool hoodie and it having some use outside of a hoodie.
Yeah, I'm still keeping an eye open every night because I'm not sure now. I'm still concerned that Deadpool's gonna come and murder me one day. It's gonna be like one day it's like Steven has been posting what happened. Here are the news today. Connor has just been murdered by a person in a Deadpool costume. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
Oh yes, in chat, yes, I can testify to Joe's topic in Z's chat.
I just want to say I'm sorry for laughing, but I'm reading what Joe is saying. Like he's like putting down exclamation point icy hot and all that. I'm just like, oh my God, Joe.
Yeah, and I was talking to Joe recently. Like me and him were setting things up, because we were trying to set it up before, earlier this in the morning, and then like later on in the afternoon we finally got it all set up. So we were sitting there in Discord or Facebook Messenger between one of those two and talking. And we got it all set up, and then during the call with me, he gets a call from his ex. And all of a sudden she wants to talk, and he just tears her a new one. He's like,
which Joe are we talking about here?
Feza.
Okay. I admit that I thought you were talking about the Joe I know. Wait a minute.
No.
I was just...
But yeah, no, like, I guess his ex, the mother of two of his kids, decided to, out of all the times in the world, now she wants to call and try to be a mother. And Joe chewed her out a new one. I was like, oh, geez. Kudos to you, Joe. That's what being a dad is like, is dealing with the stupid. Dealing with the stupid and being for your kids.
Because I don't know if Connor knows, but Joe, the Joe we're talking about, he's in my chat right now, named Joseph Fezzik. He is also a streamer, so check him out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And,
okay, I'll take him out. Just DM me his channel link. I'll take a look at it. I'll also subscribe to you, Ugly Stewie, as well.
Awesome.
So, yes, and a huge props to Joseph's son. Now, for those who don't know, his son is autistic, and he is the smartest, damn best little man I have ever had the privilege to know. Like, I'm proud. Like, if I was that kid's uncle, I'd be fucking proud to be that kid's uncle.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and oh my, this is a Fezza stream now all of a sudden. But like, me and Fezza got really close on. It was after my Uncharted 2 stream. We were in voice chat together. We were getting really close, like.
Aw, Joey, I love you too, Smoochie Space. You know, so for those who don't know, me and Joe are going to be actually raging real soon on Call of Duty Ghosts.
Oh boy.
Again, okay, hold on. Before, why Ghosts? In my opinion, I'm just saying.
Trust me, I've never liked Call of Duty Ghosts to begin with. I always thought it was like the crap version of the franchise. But for some reason, Mr. Fezza here is a legend at Ghosts. And, like, I'm the scrub, and then the complete opposite happens at Black Ops 2. I'm like, I'm the COD god, and he's the COD scrub.
That's funny. Because this is the thing, because I just recently got Black Ops 4. And I'm kind of, like, in the middle of it. Because some games I'll do really good. But some games I'm just like, I am awful. Like, what the heck? What is my eyes gone? Like, what the heck? But then I'm also pretty decent at World War II, which is the only COD game I've ever been good at.
Oh,
like
being
in
thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
I have a PS4 sitting right in front of me. I have the PS4 controller. This is all Pink's, by the way. I have her PS4 controller, her PS4, and Call of Duty World War II, all sitting in front of me, and yet I have yet to touch that game, and I play COD so much.
You should. I enjoy the game because it's the first COD game I actually enjoyed, and the fact that actually Joe I hang out with Stano enjoyed that game. Like, we would play that for hours. My friend Carlos, we would just go at it, and he'd say, "Yo, I've never been this good at a COD game ever." That's why I liked World War II. I'm actually gonna get back to play it, but then I got into Black Ops 4 because now they try to be like what's it, either like PUBG or Fortnite when they put in the blackout thing. I barely played Blackout. I just played the regular multiplayer, but they have that same thing with the tires that they have for like Fortnite and stuff like that.
I stopped playing Fortnite, so I don't know what's going on with it now.
Oh my god, don't even get me started. There was an article about that, about how Fortnite is very similar to a crack addiction.
Oh, okay then.
Well, I guess my brother gonna have to seek therapy after this.
Yeah,
I keep telling him.
Because it's like the mixture of how a mobile game is, but since Fortnite they don't tell you when to stop, you can keep going, and that mentality of, you know, hey, just one more, just one more, just one more, always.
Exactly. I gotta force my brother because he only has an hour to play on the weekends. That's my mom's rule for him because he's he's 13, and every time he plays Fortnite, I gotta say, hey, listen, last game, let's go. Remember, you're in my room. Let's go. Just die already. You understand me?
Yep.
It's because I did play a little bit of it because Panda was saying you should play a little Fortnite with me. I'm like, all right, I'll play it. The only reason I like is the skids. I only play for the skids because some of the skids are pretty cool. But besides that, I'm like, I really don't care. Really.
Yeah, I mean, like Joseph S is saying in chat, yeah, he can actually defend that as well, because for 2.5 months, your boy has been so addicted to that game. He hadn't live streamed outside of being a parent. You know, he didn't do anything else but Fortnite.
Oh God.
Yeah, like he really didn't like live stream. He didn't anything. He went on a huge hiatus. People were wondering if he died. Like your boy just
being
up
the
and
person
bounced.
I am. Oh my god, being the person I am, I'm really sorry, Connor. I just have to tell Stream.
Fine,
But,
go for it.
yeah.
I'll let you slide this time.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
Oh yeah,
so
by the way,
basically-
oh yeah, Z is my son, by the way. Just if you guys are freaking out at the moment, saying,
Wait,
it's
so
his child?
and I call
Wait,
him my brother, so that means you're my dad and you're younger than me?
Yeah, listen. No, I lost the fact that Dinos is my mom and she's way younger than me, and she's like, no, just flip it, it's fine. I'm like, okay. my brain is actually, you know what? We're in 2018. Everyone gets butthurt. I'm not even shocked at this point.
Yep.
You know what? See,
Nothing makes sense anymore.
My boy, say what you gotta say.
We're waiting.
Who, me?
No. Z.
Z.
All right. I thought you were talking to me just because I said that one sentence.
All of a sudden, we had this like rant, and then we're waiting, and he's just dead quiet, like.
I think he's trying to process everything that's happening right now. It's like, you know what?
Well,
I saw his mouth
I
going,
don't know
but
if you guys can still hear me, but
Yeah.
Huh.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah.
Okay, because I don't know why when you were talking, you were cutting out.
Oof.
Oh, the
We're good now.
freaking stream problems are all over the place. It is a deadly disease.
It's not the stream's fault, it's Discord's fault.
Oh, the freaking Discord disease. Always freaking messing up the voice chats.
Ah, the Discord.
Oh, the freaking Discords.
But I
The
can,
problem here, my friend.
Why are you all suddenly going Irish?
Top in the morning to you, laddies. My name's Jacksepticeye.
Guess what? You just been copyrighted by Jacksepticeye. No profits were made in the making of this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Z's going, okay.
Hold on. If that's the case, let's do the whole thing correctly then. Top in the morning to you, laddies. My name's Jacksepticeye.
Oh my gosh, it just reminded me of a stream we and Stano did when we were playing some Battlefront 2.
Can you imagine?
I can't really do a Jacksepticeye right now, because if I did, you'd hear my neighbors go like, shut up!
Could you imagine our intros? Top of the morning, Johnny. My name is Diva Donger.
It's like I just be that odd one out. Hello everybody, my name is Mark. And welcome.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
Yeah, he's just gonna give us that like baritone, sexy voice. Just hello, everybody. My name is CFN TV, and today
we're gonna react to some
For
videos.
people
And then
that
it's
are
That is turned to dodge.
you chat or my chat, like for the people on there, not dissing or making fun of Jacksepticeye or Markiplier. We're making fun of the fact our names were matched with their intro.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're not dissing though. We love like I like Jacksepticeye.
Are you kidding me? If I can make a fun of any YouTuber, I'm just gonna do it because I do it so well. What's going on, guys? My name is PewDiePie.
Oh, the pews. PewDiePie.
Yeah. My name is Shadowpie. Shadowpie.
Shadowpie. It's just like, I know you did the Hodge. Yeah, mine was like be the Hodge twins. It's like, what's going on, everybody? How am I looking? Oh, yeah.
Okay, you are goddamn nasty. Anyways.
Oh, you'll be fine. Get over it.
Wait,
boy.
I'm sorry. Connor didn't even make it sound like a porno. Hold on, Z. If you're going to be like that, sorry for those who have headphones on.
Oh, you should have seen Stano do his hentai voice.
Really?
Oh god. Actually, you need to watch my Battlefront 2 stream that I just posted. Not only did we laugh at making fun of E40 and him losing his ability to speak halfway because it was so funny, but the fact that he tests out his hentai voice, it is scary good. It's scary good. It's terrifying. It made Panic like, what the hell?
That is good. I gotta check that out.
Check that out. Check it out. Because what happens is, like, what happens in the stream, we were just because we're doing like we did the 999 players arcade. I was Darth Vader. He was Kylo Ren, and we just having the time of our lives, just killing everybody and stuff like that. And then, but the fact is that we don't want to get bored, so we just start spewing E40 quotes.
Joe is a fucking savage.
Yeah, like literally.
But holy, like if, oh my god, nice icy hot squeal you got there.
I know, like in the stream, we're just spewing E40 quotes because we're bored. And then what happened is we're singing the song Bamboo. We're doing that, and then he loses the ability to speak halfway. We die laughing. We paused the game because we were dying laughing. And then he tests his hentai voice. I'm like, oh my god. Oh god. You know what's ironic? I haven't lost monetization yet. I'm still waiting for it. Oh man.
Wow.
Right,
But anyways,
so
yeah.
we should probably go for questions.
Oh yeah. I have no questions because
Hold on. Z, don't even get me started because of Joe Fezza here. He's like, hey, you know, since Z keeps dragging that joke to the ground, why not take that and turn it into a positive? So he's like, hey, if you get a chance, go online.
Whoa! What the heck?
Nightbot sniped him because he did all caps "Oh Dan." Stupid Nightbot. But no, yeah, Joe's like, hey, why don't you take that negative and turn it into a positive? Be like one of those 80s movies where they freeze frame you and put like a title of something underneath, and it's like, yeah, and all of a sudden it's like, Dan got a sponsorship from Icy Hot. Who's laughing now?
oh my gosh. So what questions you got?
Devontae, I gotta make this public thing. Devontae, I am so sorry for Nightbot. I didn't. That was not. Really sorry about that, Devontae.
Oof. Well, apparently because of Pink Lady, apparently I'm now single. She starts calling me. She started, instead of calling me babe, she just went, "Wow, Dan, wow." And I'm like, "Oh,
wow."
Not even calling me babe. Yeah.
Somebody's in trouble.
Apparently, I made a sexy sound on the interwebs, and she's like, "Wow, I don't even want to associate myself with you."
I just get a phone call from Dan saying, "Hey, listen, can I move to where you are now? I have no place to live now."
Oh, please.
I am so sorry. Oh, Joseph, you can apply another layer on me anytime.
Yes, Devontae. Dan is my name, but she always calls me babe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get a call like my house phone's like, "Hey, is there a Dan that you know on the phone?" He's like, "Oh God, do you have an extra bed for him to sleep in?"
Here's a song for Dan.
No. Yeah, just,
How could this happen to me?
Dan on the line.
I made my mistake.
What does he sound like? Well, I don't know. He didn't say much except for.
The night goes on as I'm fading
Have you been watching that internet stuff
Anyway.
again? Like, give me the phone.
Yep.
Dang it.
And then all of a sudden I'm gonna hear Connor be like, "Yes, Dan. What's going on, buddy?"
What's got? Hey, yeah.
Oh crap.
Oh, you need a place to sleep? Okay. Just don't make those noises here, please. For the love of God. For the love of God.
Wow. Wow. Whoever did that, kudos to you.
That was me.
What's that, Bitsy?
That was you, Stewie?
Good job, buddy. I give you.
Well, I have to. No. I gotta. Hashtag ugly Stewie in chat, actually. Dude, that's awesome.
I'm sorry. Do that again. Just an instant replay.
I just went on Stewie's channel. I just put down.
Hang on a second, my camera needs cleaned.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I lost my shit. Hold on. Please leave a message after the beep. I gotta
Again.
stop laughing. I will keep snorting.
Disclaimer: no profits were made in the making of this podcast.
No, I'm sorry.
This has been changed from PG-13 to rated R. Your
I'm so
discretion is
sorry.
advised.
I was just watching Z's reaction there. The look on his face.
That was.
I've lost my potatoes.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
Like applause to that. That was really good.
That was.
Like I'm not even trying. I'm not even make.
Oh my gosh! I would just add that and just add Stano's thing and mix that. Oh God.
Anyway, you wanted questions. I had one earlier on Facebook.
Oh yeah, questions. I completely we just lost the questions there.
What's
We
gone?
just went to straight. What the heck just
Yeah.
happened?
Ah, my phone's died.
Give,
Great.
give me questions.
I think it was what got us all into the game. I think it was. I've got it somewhere in the chat.
Of course, Dan comes into my chat saying kissy kissy. You're bad, Dan.
Yeah, my friend on Facebook asks, "What got us all into gaming?"
I think I'll start first. I got into gaming because of my cousin. My cousin and his uncle were big PlayStation gamers. They got PlayStation 2, they upgraded and stuff like that. I played games with them. That's what really got me into, because I was always with them a lot. Because we are a big family. Like my mom's from Jamaica. They have a big family all over, and we were always so close together. And they were big on their PlayStation 2, and I would play the crap out of that when I was there. And so that's why I really got into it. My first ever game I got was the GameCube. I got the GameCube.
Nice.
It was the first thing I get. The first game I actually got, which is funny. The first game I got on the GameCube was Finding Nemo.
Oh wow!
Finding Nemo was my first game, and I played the crap out of that game. It was
Just
so.
keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
It was so. But it was funny because back then I didn't know how to save. Back then it was tough, but I didn't care because I'm like, go in the beginning, fine, play again.
Did you remember to touch the butt?
I remember to touch the button. It's like, oh, what are these colored things on here? How do I do this? Oh, that moves the fish. Oh, okay. Why am I going left?
We have already actually answered that question, Devonte. My favorite video game in the world is always and will forever be Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't answer that question. I only
I didn't
Nintendo
either.
Stuff. That was the
Yeah, 'cause
Nintendo question. So.
Oh, because yeah, that was literally the first game console I ever touched too. Was SNES. Because my stepfather, who I deem my father, because that man did raise me, in a nutshell, bought a Super Nintendo to try to bond with us kids back in the day when we were young, and we were like, "Oh, you're not our father." He tried. So the first games he bought were Donkey Kong Country, A Link to the Past, and Super Mario World.
Nice.
I don't think I actually need to answer the question. What was my favorite game ever? Because I mean, it's right there and it's over there.
My God.
It's practically framing me right now.
Dan,
Z,
answer me, Ice Daddy. Sorry.
Z, you
Joe,
okay
I'll
over
be
there?
with you soon.
Spencer is going in. This is the first time he's ever making me laugh that hard. This is the first time.
Well, my I would say my favorite game that I enjoy is the Mass Effect series. I enjoy the Mass Effect series. I used to play it a lot on the PlayStation 3, make new characters and stuff like that, and just go through the storyline as much as I can. But then it's funny. What are y'all laughing at? I'm like, feel like I'm like out of this whatever's going on because I'm not watching your chat at the moment.
You have to watch my chat on stream.
Hold on. I'll just check it. I'll check it later. But yeah, and it's funny because Mass Effect 2 is always like the longest game. And it's always the fact that every time I play it, I have to look up how to do the final mission every single time. Because if I mess up once, someone's going to die. And you will never, ever see them again. And then I will cry in a corner.
Bye, Dad.
Because you bond with these characters so much, and you're just like, and one of the nights like, what have I done? No.
I want everybody to live.
There was one time I played it where I accidentally, I think I let, one thing was that you're supposed to let Morden take the people back to the ship. I accidentally let, what's his name? Grunt do it. But guess who died?
Grunt.
Jack. No, Grunt didn't die. Jack died. I'm like, how? How though? How? And then I'm like, oh, like, wait, you're supposed to send, you're technically supposed to send Morden so you have better protection with Grunt in the squad. I'm like, are you serious? Are you that anal game on that, really? I'm like,
Wow.
oh, yeah. That's why I have to read the guides every time. Because if I screw up once, one's going to die.
Yep.
Dumbass.
Yep.
What's your favorite game?
I think it's pretty obviously it was Spyro when I was a child.
Spyro.
First game
Spyro.
First game I ever played was I'm pretty sure it was A Hero's Tale. The first game I ever played.
Oh, I love that Hero's Tale. I love that version.
I got. Oh, was it my birthday or Christmas that I got it for? It was one of them that I got the game for. And then when I played the game, it was like, okay, it's just a purple dragon. And then I came across Ember, who just had probably the cutest little voice I've ever heard in a video game ever. Because it was voiced by Tara Strong, of course, and she does a lot of the best voices from my childhood. And so I continued playing that game. I found out that wasn't the first one, so I started playing from the start, and I think I've practically played and completed them all, except for which one was it? The one where you go into other realms.
Oh, I don't.
I've forgotten that one.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I had that one on the DS.
Still, Tom Kenny as Spyro, pre SpongeBob, guys.
Jeezy.
Pre SpongeBob.
What the hell are you doing?
Come on. Tom Kenny as Spyro, pre SpongeBob era. It's magnificent.
Yeah, I believe it was Justin Long who recently played him in the Reignited trilogy. I don't even recognize his voice in that, to be honest.
Yeah. I will say, like, Mass Effect's my favorite. That's why I was disappointed when Andromeda came out and it went down the pits because of the animation design on it. The fact that they spent over 4 years to create this game, and the developer said we would like to take some more time to do the stuff, and all the corporate was like, nope, we want it out now, and they're just like, I beat the game, but I saw the problems in it. It was very awkward, and I was just like, oh, why though?
Come on, you bloody douche nugget thing of mine.
Okay.
No, not that. Just my YouTube thing is actually.
Yeah, and I think one of the games that I think would have an emotional impact, but we tried to make an emotional impact until people like to be funny, and it turned into an innuendo through the entire end of the game, was Undertale.
Oh yes.
Because see, when I first played it on my old channel, it was a good ending, like it was an emotional ending. But then when we replayed it on this channel for stream with everyone, Link decided to throw an innuendo in there, which made that entire scene so sexual. It was so
when
funny.
you were trying to go like the true pacifist ending, or just
the true pacifist ending when you're facing Azrael.
Yep, that was fun.
And and then they were just like, Link's like, is he just shooting sperm at you? And then that thing shot off the entire thing.
Oh yes,
entire
he's
sequence.
He's shooting jizz bullets right at you.
And then it just turned to a thing where it just became like both of us are stepping out of the closet and expressing our true love for each other. And I'm just like, what is happening?
Apparently he wanted to
Connor likes to play alien porn games like Mass Effect.
Well, I mean, alien porn games is one thing.
He just doesn't like the Asari. That's just Z's problem. He doesn't like the Asari. He doesn't like the fact that not only can they, have sex with you physically, but mentally.
Earth.
He doesn't like that idea. It's supposed to be like the best experience you could ever have. But Z's just like, he cries in the corner. It's like, I don't like this. I'm so uncomfortable.
Wow.
Yeah. But
and by the way, if I streamed Andromeda, there'd be the part where there's the actual scenes. I couldn't even show it, only because the guy who developed it said it's pretty much softcore porn, and it is.
I'm actually surprised.
Insert the 80s porn theme music here.
That actually reminds me. I'm surprised I haven't been suspended for playing what was it, L.A. Noire, because of the nudity, the dead naked bodies in that game.
Right?
Yeah.
You literally see everything, and I haven't even got those videos taken down.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Copyrighted for singing right now.
Well,
Yep, there you go. There's our stream name, Joey. It's Call of Poopy Roast Raggy.
yeah, that entire scene on Joe was hilarious. And the fact that what happened is after that sequence came out, when Viking spoke the territorial's line, she said, I don't know, we saw flower, then everything went white. And I'm just like, oh my god. Oh god. And we just died. We were all dead. It was hilarious. It's just like emotional scene turned into a sex scene. Moving on.
I'm so sorry. I never meant to kill him, but why did you do? You know what? Let's do it right here, right now. Okay.
It's the final scene. The next Max Effect game, the final scene. It's just like everyone's gonna die. We'll bang, okay? It's like, when did you come here? We'll bang now. Let's do it. Now? Now.
Hold on. Yes, we're in the fight of our lives. What shall we do? Choose to bang woman, choose to fight and bang woman.
Could you imagine?
Pew pew pew! Ah! Pew pew pew! Oh yes, right there! Pew 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 pew!
And you win.
Yep.
It's like
just as you're about to climax, you finish the end, boss. There you go. You win the game.
It's like, again, it's no profits were made in the making of this podcast, guys. Disclaimer.
That's what we call victory.
Yep. Double victory.
Double victory. It's like, hey, so Dad, can you tell me the tale of your suicide mission? Oh, son. It was all aliens coming with their assault rifles and their explosions. It was me and your mother just standing there at the brink of our lives. And we had to make a choice, a decision. And basically, son,
You survived.
Yeah. You survived, and that's when you were born. It's like, wait, what? Anyways, eat your dinner.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, son, I don't know how to tell you this, but we had sex on the battlefield whilst fighting.
Someday you'll walk in my shoes and find that nice lady.
Your mom was bent over with two guns blasting to the left and right, while I was banging her standing up with two guns in front. Pow pow.
I had a rocket launcher on one hand. I had a launcher in one hand and your mom's booty in the other hand. And we were just going hammer.
And it's like, and then the son goes back to that, and you're like, hey, Dad, you know how you told me that you and Mom were on the battlefield, and yeah, what was the position while you were shooting and doing it at the same time?
Hey,
It wasn't
listen.
doggy style.
Actually, I'm gonna say
Was it
this.
Was it cowgirl or reverse or was it
Hold on.
missionary?
Oh, hold on, Z. I'm gonna say this, and I only say this once, and I will never say it again. I did the nigga flip. Okay. That's skill right there. If you could do that, son, you have my full respect.
And your boy gets a pass because, you know.
I'm black.
Still.
I'm light skinned. I'm light skinned. So
Yes,
y'all chill.
Yeah, he gets a pass on that one. But
I just
still,
I just
oh my
realized
God.
me and Z are making the exact same face right now.
Are you kidding me? I laughed. I was just like, whoa, he just broke out of character and was just like, you know what? Fuck it. We're already demonetized.
Yeah. Listen.
No, let's just go with the flow.
Hey, nigga, I went down on your mom. All right. Balls deep action.
Go down
Yeah.
on me too, Daddy.
No, I will not cross that line. No.
Gentlemen. As
Yeah.
for me, that'll end my portion of the
Yeah, I think
podcast.
I'm gonna have to end it too because I gotta eat. I'm starving.
And
And
I gotta stream. You gotta eat, and Z's gotta go fap off into the wind.
oh,
And it's past my bedtime.
Oh, jeez.
Actually, I have to go.
Yeah. Don't forget the icy hots there, Z.
Damn, watch what I did. Yeah, watch what I did on stream.
Oh, I saw what you did on screen. Don't forget the icy hot. Here, I'll mail you. I'll mail you one.
oh god.
No mess.
I'll definitely watch the replay of you guys. It'll be hilarious. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this podcast. Make sure I have all the channels of the people here today, from Ugly Stewie to Soj, Sao to Play, Z the Dogger. Links in the description down below to check out their channels. They're really cool guys. Make sure you check them out. And make sure I'll be doing reactions tomorrow. So check them out. I'm doing Bill Burr, and y'all gonna be happy.
Yes.
Y'all gonna
you will
enjoy
love it.
You will
will
enjoy
love
the
it
Bill Burr.
100%.
You will like it. You understand me? Because I'm not deleting it this time. I will stay focused on my camera. I will stare into your eyes the entire time. Not even look at
No.
the video. Just looking at you.
No, Connor, you won't stare into my eyes. Do what I did during one of my live streams. Stare into the soul.
I'll stare into your soul the entire time. Not even look at the video because I already know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to stare right into your soul the entire time. You want to be uncomfortable? There.
Connor, I promised myself I would not do this joke, but Daddy.
Just do it.
Oh,
I don't. Just do the joke because we're past at this point.
I just did it. Did you not hear me?
He said, "Fascinate me, Daddy."
Did you not hear me?
Oh, that one. That one's just really old. And besides that, we're gonna end it here. So thank you guys so much for
Awesome.
joining me on this stream.
Wait,
Make
before
sure
We
you
love
end it-
y'all.
Yeah.
Do we want to go on a raid or anything?
I just want to put out Connor.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah. Go.
What?
Put out that we're both trying to do something when Christmas break happens.
Okay, like a stream or something.
I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a surprise. I'm not gonna reveal it. Do something in winter
okay.
break.
All right, we'll keep an eye out
Yeah.
for that. So
well, who are we gonna just end it, or are we gonna go for a raid or question mark?
I
make
am
one.
I am going to get food and do some other stuff. Y'all enjoy your raid. So,
Okay.
I'll wait.
Well, I do have a suggestion on mind right now. If we do want to go on a raid,
Go for it.
Paul Lloyd,
Oh yes, Paul Lloyd. I know.
because
who
he's
that is.
he's playing the Smash Bros game right now, and nobody's watching him.
What?
Okay. Put his link in your chat. I'm in your stream right now. Just put it in chat.
all right.
Okay.
But anyways, I'm gonna end it. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure
Yeah.
you guys comment, like, and subscribe to the CFN Nation, brother. Join our Discord, and we'll see you next time.
It's a Nathan.
There we go.
All
All
right,
right,
guys,
thank-
I am done.
Thanks for coming on, bud.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Happy birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you, Z.
No, Connor. I
Happy
love you.
birthday.
I'm so sorry about all that. I broke.
That's
out of
fine.
character.
It's completely fine. Honestly, I actually find it really funny towards the end because we just went hammer and it was funny. But it's completely fine. Honestly, like I said, I just didn't. I just don't want it to be like just a regular thing. That's the only thing. So, but thank you guys. I'm glad to meet you, Ugly Stewie. You're a really cool guy.
You too.
Subscribing to you. I'll subscribe to you, and hopefully we'll do this again.
Yeah,
You have a good
I'm sure we will.
All right.
Do
Have a
it.
good night, guys.
Bye.
You too. As for me, gentlemen, I'm going to be kicking ass and taking names with Joey. So I'll see
Okay.
you guys hopefully there.
Alright, so it means to raid this guy then.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
Stewie, if you fall asleep, I can understand, but
Yeah.
all right, later, gentlemen.
Shall we? Yeah. Cheerio.
Alright, it's just me and Stewie.
Yeah.
Alright, so guys, so no one's watching it? Oh wow.
Yeah. So, what shall we call it? Just a Zcast raid or Z and Stewie raid or?
Ugly bunker raid?
Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
Let's just do Z Stewie raid.
Okay, Z Stewie raid. I'll just put it in mine as well. Z Stewie raid. Just for those who are in my chat. There's only 2 in, but hopefully they'll see it. Hopefully they want to join. Anyway, thank you guys who joined my side of the podcast. Hope you all did enjoy it. It was fun being with these 3 guys. They were a great laugh. Go and check out their channels. They're in the description below. Anyway, but I'll see you all in the next stream. But until then, I am out of here.